Hey there everybody, this is Caitlin here, aka Scribble Sketch, and today I have a little kind of sort of showing off kind of tutorial sort of video. I'm not quite sure what to call this really, because it was mainly something that I was kind of inspired to do just by doing my own research on the topic. So if you've known for a while, obviously I collect a lot of stuff. Like heck, if you saw my videos from MCM Scotland last year, you know I bought a lot of blind bag stuff in regards to Danganronpa, Persona, a bunch of things, and my main goal was to make an Ita bag for some of the series or whatever. I ended up making two, and right now they're both Persona 5 ones. So first of all, the first part of the video is that I want to show you what they look like so far. So this one is basically my Makoto and Joker Ita bag. I've got it in like black in a heart shape. I've got like a little Makoto attached to the zip, and then let me try and show you the window here so you can see all of it. Some of it I might move about because some of these badges are a little bit obscured by the window. I might like pop them up here, but this is pretty much finished. I've pretty much got all the charms and badges and stuff for this one. So that's what this Ita bag looks like here. I'll give you a little quick zoom in of that just so I'll have a little look. I might do like a quick little pan down near the end of the video so you can see it a little bit better. But this one is pretty much done. Most of this stuff actually I believe is stuff I got from fan artists and things, so definitely the big charms, a couple of these smaller badges. There's not actually a lot of official merchandise in this one. I think the only ones that are official are this little Makoto tag here, the Pita one, and I actually think that's all the official ones I've got inside this bag, but this one is pretty much done. This was originally like, I had themed it around Joker, Makoto, and Haru, but because it was just like looking really like cluttered and whatnot, I decided to like split them up. So this one is kind of like a shipping bag, I suppose you can say, because I do ship them, but I ship a lot of characters, to be fair, in Persona. So this is kind of like a kind of couple Queen / Joker bag, so I'm very happy with how this one turned out. And then the other one that I've got is not quite finished yet, but I do want to show you it because I am happy with the progress I've made with it. So this one's a bit bigger, it's like a full window bag, and this one is obviously Haru themed. So we've got the pink, and we've still got like a lot of space up here to fill up. We also got like a cute little key charm here on the zip, and then another little one of the badge for mask. This one I believe has a lot more official merchandise. We can see here I've got like the little rubber straps, I've got like the little Pita ones, I've got like dancing keychains, little jars, we've got, this one's kind of fallen down a little bit but I can fix that. Dancing keychains, we have like official artwork of her, and then a bunch of kind of like fan made stuff or whatever, but this one still has a little bit to fill up until it's full, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this one's going along so far. This one will probably have the most amount of charms in it, I would think, but yeah, there's still a lot of space to fill it up. But some people were asking me when I post pictures of my kind of work in progress of these, is how do I get the charms and that to stick to the bag or whatever, and that's the help of a little insert here. So it's probably easier if I show you by unzipping this one. If I just unzip this bit here and I pull down the bag, you can see this is like fabric here on the inside that I've managed to put in. So people tend to call these kind of Ita bag inserts. It's a great way for you to kind of like mount all your charms, your badges and whatnot, your rubber straps into the bag without having to worry about damaging the bag on the inside, because normally you have like a kind of screen bit here, which is like the, or rather here, which is the back of the bag, but it can be a bit complicated because sometimes it's usually made of like a very thin kind of material, and it can like kind of bunch up, depending on how many badges and stuff you've got on it, it can like weigh it down a lot. So that's why like a lot of people prefer to use inserts and stuff in order to do this. So I'm not going to show you the full physical process of how you make it. I'm just going to give you like a rough guide as to how I made mine. This was just based on me looking up tutorials and stuff. If you would like to see me do like a step-by-step process of making it, I am thinking of making another Ita bag at some point. I think I'm either going to make it for Ryuji or I'm going to make it for a Danganronpa bag. So that will probably come in the future. If you'd like to see like an actual step-by-step tutorial process, then please like message down below or comment down below and I'll maybe do that. But this is just like a rough guide as to what I did. So I'll show you the materials that I used and just give you a rough explanation of what I did with them. So in order to make the inserts, I used foam board or foam card, whatever you want to call it. You can get these in most arts and crafts stores, and they do different like kind of millimeter size and stuff. This one I believe is 3 millimeters, or it might be 5. I think I went for like the kind of second thinnest one that you could get because we want it to be thin enough so that it will slip into the bag easily enough, but we also don't want it to be too thin so that when we try to like cut it and stuff, it won't snap so easily, because this is quite sturdy because it's a thicker one, but I think the 1mm one is very brittle, so you don't want it to like snap it or stuff. You can just use like normal kind of soft foam, and that might be easier for some people if you don't want to use like a really kind of solid base, but I kind of wanted the solid one just because I wanted to mount fabric onto it, and I felt like it would be a lot nicer and a lot easier to work with if it was a little bit harder. So with whatever you're using, you kind of like want to try and draw the shape of your window. So obviously I've got one with a heart window and I've got one with a kind of full window. The heart window, I made it more a square shape so that I could mount it easier, because if I just did it in the heart shape, it would have problems with like falling over or toppling over. So I just made it like the size of the square pretty much, and I just worked it around, and it's kind of easier that way. So you want to like draw the shape, you want to cut it out. Once you've got your shape, you can kind of like trim the edges a little bit so it'll fit snug in the bag, but you want to have enough room so if you are mounting fabric onto it, you've got enough room so that it will still slide into the bag easily. Now you don't have to put fabric on your mounting board if you don't want to. I just wanted to do it because I thought it added a bit of a kind of more personal, kind of flair touch. Some people, if you're just using normal kind of soft foam, you'll just pick a colour that you really like, and you'll just use that and you don't need to use fabric. But for me personally, I wanted fabric, so because I was doing Haru and I was doing like Makoto, and the kind of the Joker badges were kind of themed around a little bit pinkish, I went in with a pink crushed velvet fabric, very very soft, very thin. I only bought like a meter, and a meter was enough to make the 2 inserts I had, and I still have like tons left for crafting purposes. So just go to like your like local kind of upholstery, your local fabric store, whatever. They have like rolls of fabric that you can get, and depending on what kind of fabric you're getting, you can get it quite cheap. So like I got a meter, and the meter was about £3, which was actually pretty good, especially for like that kind of crushed velvet kind of material. It is very nice. It's just, oh, it's so soft, and it looks nice on the mounting board. So I got that, I kind of sized it up, whatever, wrapped it around the board, and once I was determining how much I would make, or how much I would need, I cut out like a little kind of edge around it, and then I personally used fabric glue in order to get them onto it. You can probably use like fabric tape, or you could actually, I think some people use actual sewing and whatnot if they're using like a softer kind of backing. I'm not too good with sewing, to be honest, so that's why I decided to use fabric glue. I kind of just glued around the outside of it so that the inside wasn't like too kind of glued down and whatnot, and it worked a lot better with the heart shape window because I could glue around the edges and you wouldn't see it within the heart shape. With the full window bag, it's kind of like, you can see the glue a little bit more, but once it's covered up with charms and buttons and stuff, it won't be that too much noticeable either. So that's how I did that. Any other things? Like I also used double-sided tape in order to get my charms, specifically charms that didn't have a backing to them, onto the board. So like I just used double-sided tape, which is quite handy because you can easily peel it off again if you want to move stuff around like at a later period of time. And for the badges, I just like carefully kind of like pinned them to the fabric that was loose in the bag in order to get them to hang. And pretty much the result we have is these bags right here. So I'm pretty happy with how they look. Again, I still need more charms for my Haru bag, and I'm going to maybe move 1 or 2 things here because we've got like a little gap here in the window that I want to fill up, and you can't really see too much the ones that are at the bottom here. But otherwise, I am pretty happy with how these Eat-It bags look. Let me know if you guys have some Eat-It bags. I love to see other people's Eat-It bags because I get huge inspiration for them because I love them so much. As I was saying, I am planning on maybe making a Ryuji one and making a Danganronpa one, because like the 2 ones I have right now are Persona 5. And I would definitely love to make a Danganronpa one because I have a bunch of Danganronpa stuff that I would love to slip in there and make into an Eat-It bag. I'm not too sure whenabouts I'll be making them because right now I don't have a lot of stuff for Ryuji. I've only got like 1 or 2 things, so I need a lot more stuff. And I need to get a lot more Haru stuff because I need to fill up that bag. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was a little bit informative. Let me know, guys, if you want me to do another video, like an actual step-by-step. You can see me in the process of making the insert if you guys would like to see that. I know me describing it is maybe not the best way to learn, but you can also look up different tutorials and stuff from people who have made inserts as well. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I hope it was a little bit informative into how I made these Eat-It bags here, and I hope you maybe see me wearing them at conventions in the future over here in Scotland. So until next time, guys, I will see all of you.
This video was made possible thanks to patrons such as Craig McCutcheon and Neko-Senpai.